Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talking Through the Medias, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, send us those questions and those comments because we want to hear them. Joining me, as always, is the marvelous Chris Fagan, and we have a very special guest today joining us from Rama's screen. We have the one, the only, Rama.
Hey. How are you, everybody? Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Amy, for having me. And can't wait to chime in about movies with you guys.
Excited to have you.
Great to have you, buddy. Hey, how you doing? And thank you guys for joining us. This is, episode 155 of Talking Through the Medias. And Amy did it again, gave me a cool intro. Rama, you're going to have to get used to that. She always goes to the amazing Chris, the enigmatic, and so it just makes me look back because I can't think off the top of my head like that. I'm not as quick. So she always puts me on the spot. But so we'll get you. I'm used to trying to keep up with Amy. But guys, remember, hit the like and subscribe button. Let us know what you guys think. Always, you can always find us on iTunes, on SoundCloud. If you want to catch the podcast version of this, we're gonna go through a couple of topics through the week and talk about them right here on the show. And remember, if you want to support the channel, do that on Streamlabs, Patreon. And what's the third one? Members. I remembered it. We are now set to receive members here on YouTube. So just hit the join button if you want to support the channel. It does a lot for us, and we appreciate all you guys for doing just that. But let me hurry up and get to the topics before I stumble over my words some more. So, Amy, like I said, we're going to go through our topics, and Amy's going to call them out real quick. So, Amy, what is the first topic of the week?
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. From Variety, we have Apple, Netflix, and other streaming services exploring the possibility of acquiring No Time to Die, the upcoming James Bond movie that was originally slated to debut last April. MGM, the studio behind the film, reportedly lost between $30 million to $50 million due to these delays, according to insiders. The studio was said to be looking for a deal of roughly $600 million, a price tag that was deemed too rich for two of the free-spending streaming services. The film cost more than $250 million to produce and has lined up several promotional partnerships to help defray those costs. Those partnerships include Land Rover, Omega Watches, and Heineken. The companies may have been expecting the film to hit theaters and also might not be thrilled with a streaming-only bow. So we got maybe one of the bigger films now. I feel like this was one that everyone was looking forward to. Everybody was looking towards, I feel like it was like Tenet and this. Everyone was going, oh, we'll see those, or we'll wait. We'll see those in theaters. And that's just becoming more and more of a pipe dream, it looks like.
Right. What do you think, Rama? Have you heard much about what's going on with this story?
Yes, and thank you for that intro, Amy. That's fantastic. Well, my thoughts are it's tough, right? It's a double-edged kind of sword, and I'm a big fan of theater experiences, but obviously this pandemic, that's not possible, and we feel sorry for the theater businesses. There's nothing to do. I mean, until vaccines arrive, there's nothing can be done about it. Right. But $600 million, wow, that is huge. I don't know who will bite that between Apple and Netflix, because that's a big price tag. The thing is, some of my viewers commented about this. I threw the poll up, would you watch it at home? Would you watch No Time to Die at home, or would you wait until it gets theaters when it's safe? And they said, no, I'll watch it at home. I have a 75-inch 4K TV, and some people are lucky to have that kind of home theater system, but most people don't have it. So there's that conundrum as well. And the thing is also Tenet hit select IMAX theaters this past July, and August. And as you all know, it only got about $20 million domestically at the box office from a $200 million budget. And they were so stubborn too. Like the Warner Brothers, they're like, no, we just want to have it at IMAX theaters, and we're not gonna do drive-ins. And then once the first number arrives, oh snap! All right, well, fine, we'll release it at drive-ins to try to make up the loss. So now other movies, not just Warner Brothers, but Paramount and all the other guys are looking at Tenet and like a case study. It's like, man, I don't want to go through that. I don't want to have that kind of thing for No Time to Die. So that's really in the back of their mind as well, business-wise, because if we release it in theaters, if we force the theaters to release the movies, we're not going to make that much money anyway. So all of this stuff, it's really complicated. As for me, yes, I would want to watch No Time to Die on streaming service, but I don't know which one of them will be willing to buy $600 million price tag.
Right. I heard that 2 of them have already bowed out. They was like, no, it's too rich for my blood. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. I don't know if it mentioned which ones. They said that 2 platforms that were free or I guess that don't charge more. I would assume like Netflix, because they don't do what Disney Plus recently did, like with Mulan, how you're paying for the monthly service and then to unlock Mulan early, give us another 30 money, please, like another $30. So I'm assuming Netflix and Hulu might have been the ones who bowed out, or Amazon bowed out.
Well, and it would make sense too, because this is such a financial hit for any of those services that would want to buy this. And I feel like, these services have been pushing more and more and more to becoming essentially independent, but becoming their own movie production sort of, like Netflix. I feel like their focus was more and more like, we're not going to have like your favorite TV show on here. We're going to have the next show that has become this like water cooler thing. So I don't know, maybe that's the next step of this as this pandemic wears on, but it feels like a big financial hit. And I don't know. I mean, I don't have any numbers on what that would look like. I have to wonder how many new subscribers something like that would pull in. Because let's be honest, we all either like have Netflix or know someone with a Netflix account we can steal. So if they're making that kind of investment, what does the payback look like?
I think that's why they went for that guaranteed profit number, that's $600 million. It's like whether or not this gives Netflix more subscribers at the end of the day, that's not MGM's problem. We got our 600 million. You worry about it. Now it's your problem now, Netflix. Work on your marketing. So that's the risk, and that's probably why they were like, no, too rich for my blood. Because you're right. It's all about whether or not it gives gives them more subscribers, and just gets that money back. Because I know that Netflix, even though they're so successful, they're still kind of in debt. The way they spend and make money is 2 totally different things.
Yeah, I'm almost shocked like Warner Brothers or something has not, or like MGM, one of these bigger studios has not jumped on just like, here's our streaming platform, like they did with the Trolls movie. Like I feel like there were a couple that did pretty well with just going, you just have to buy it. It's not a paid subscription thing. It's like $20 or $30 and you just have it for, your day or whatever to watch it. Yeah. And I feel like that would be an easier way to get the return on investment, because I think a lot of people would pay to see this one. It's just, as Disney proved, the fee on top of the subscription really rubs people the wrong way.
Right.
The $600 million price tag is understandable though, because I looked up Skyfall was the biggest, made $1 billion worldwide, and then Spectre and Solace, Comfort or Solace, whatever the before Skyfall movie was, that made about $600 million also, $500 million. So that's like the range, that the Daniel Craig James Bond movies usually makes around that area. So it's understandable, but it's still high according to the standards of streaming services. But to Amy's point, like Disney, as you mentioned, Chris, with Mulan, Disney gets all the net profit for themselves because it's their streaming service. It's their own thing. They don't have to, there's no strings attached to it. So if MGM had a streaming service and would like, hey guys, for $30 you can watch No Time to Die, they would not have to have like, hey, would you buy us? But would you buy our film for $600 million? They don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Well, question is, guys, what do you guys think? Was the price too high? Do you think they should go for it? Do you think that the MGM should just wait it out and just take this as a sign? Let's just wait until things calm down maybe the numbers of the pandemic will go down and maybe the theaters will open up again. Let us know what you guys think. And as always, we will put that in the box and talk about it possibly on We Got Your Mail. So, Amy, without further ado, what's the next topic?
We got more news coming out of MGM. It looks like Michael B. Jordan may be following in the footsteps of his predecessor, Sylvester Stallone, for Creed 3. Stallone not only starred as the titular character of his 1976 film Rocky, but ended up directing its sequels. And according to Deadline, Jordan is considering taking over the director's role for the third installment of Creed. The report was part of the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's theatrical distribution plans and possible streaming deals, if any, in the age of the global pandemic. Also trending, Jordan may be heading back into the comic universe to produce a Warner Brothers and DC Comics film of Static Shock, based on the DC and Milestone Comics character Static, a comic following high school student Virgil Hawkins, who transforms into a superhero with electromagnetic powers. Static first became widely known in the early 2000s animated series Static Shock.
Static Shock? Oh, man.
I'll pass this one off to you guys. You just put that video of Michael B. Jordan back, and I'll just
Let's put that small little Creed movie thing in
the workout montage.
Just the shirtless Michael B. Jordan shots, and you two have fun.
Yeah. What was that about a shirtless Michael B. Jordan? That's nothing. Static Shock. No. I was surprised that I thought that Michael B. Jordan would get a lot of love online about it, which he is. I've seen a lot of people really pumped about this. Then I'm weird like this. All it took was one negative comment to trigger me on Facebook, because I saw one guy with that a GIF that had a person like shaking their head like this is like bad news or something like that, and I immediately went on the attack. I'm like, what are you trying to say? I mean, Sylvester Stallone didn't have that much directing experience, and he went to direct Rocky 2 and things like that. At least Michael B. Jordan is waiting until the third movie. I just went on a whole list of why it was okay. Is
that just what makes you feel alive at this point? Like, what is that impulse?
Yeah, just going out, defending something that I'm not financially invested in, but because I like the actor. But it was, I just felt like this is what actors normally would it makes sense for an actor to take their steps into directing into a project like this, a small project. I mean, Creed is financially successful, but it's still like relatively, I guess, in the production wise, small enough to where it's like, if I was the producer, I'd take a risk. Hey, Michael B. Jordan knows the material. There's another great director on set with him, Stallone, to help him out with any questions, and if anything he gets stuck on and suggestions. Go for it, Michael. You got my blessing. If I was the producer. What about you, Rama? What do you think about this news about Static Shock? I mean, Creed 3.
Well, on the Creed matter, I mean, a big fan of both films, man. They're great. When the first Creed arrived, I was like, I don't know if they can continue Rocky's story like this, but they did a fantastic job with both films. And I think experience-wise, there's no better way to find out unless you jump in both feet, into the water. I mean, and I think Michael B. Jordan, a lot of actors turn filmmakers. They work well. They work wonders because they know how to collaborate with actors because they themselves are actors. So, only a few examples I can think of actors that turn filmmakers and they kind of suck. But mostly it works wonders, and I can't wait because I think Michael B. Jordan has the skills. If he's not comfortable in his filmmaking skills, he can always have a co-director, or I think like the case of Slumdog Millionaire, I believe that movie, Danny Boyle, he had a technical director, if you will. So there's always that option. So, I think he should do it.
Yeah. What about you, Amy? What do you think? Good idea or bad idea?
Yeah, I think good idea. I mean, I agree that it's a bit of a nothing to lose situation, because even if there are missteps, it's a proven enough franchise, like beyond being a part of such a proven franchise. Like there have been two really good Creed movies that kind of know the tone of it. They know the voice of it. They've proven it works. I think it could be a really good chance for him to break out on his own as a director. I think he's one of those actors everybody likes, everybody wants to see succeed. I'm sure there's that one guy on Facebook who disagrees with me, but on the whole, I think he's someone who's really poising himself smartly, sort of riding the wave of all these successes to start branching into a different, pieces of the entertainment industry, different fields sort of within what he knows how to do. And, there's no telling how it'll go, proofs in the pudding, but I think it could be a lot of fun.
My only condition is that on the set, when he's directing, he has to be shirtless.
Rama, you read my mind.
The thirst for...
And I will buy the DVD solely for the behind the scenes footage. I'll be like, Creed 3, I didn't see it. It's like, you have a DVD copy that's just like worn through. Like, no, I just...
Never made
it's not important.
Never made it inside the theater. The poster was right there, and I just couldn't stop looking at it, right? But as far as the Static Shock thing, I'm very excited about that. That's a cartoon that I liked, and before the cartoon, I was a fan of the comic book. I collected a few comic books of. Originally, it was a company called Milestone. Was it Dwayne McDuffel? I believe was his name. He a couple of years ago he passed away. He died of cancer. The man who invented those characters. He started a company called Milestone Comics. He wanted a comic book that had all black superheroes and storylines, and that was the main focus. And then DC purchased it. They worked together, and Dwayne did a lot of great work with DC. He became their head writer, if I'm not remembering that incorrectly, and wrote a lot of great cartoon film movies for DC, for Warner Brothers, and their storylines in the comic book world. And I think he would be happy to see a person like Michael B. Jordan help with that project. Milestone Comics and DC, I wish they would have done more with those characters a long time ago. Static is their Spider-Man, their breakout star. That's the one that gets the most attention, the ones that people know the most of. But there's a lot of great stories there in Milestone. So I'm just curious to see what happens with that. But question is, guys, what do you guys think about the whole thing with Creed 3, the shirtless Michael B, and the possible Static Shock? Let us know below, and we might talk about all of that good stuff on We Got Your Mail. Without further ado, what is the next topic of the week?
Our last topic of the day from the Daily Mail. David Arquette is looking forward to working with his ex-wife, Courtney Cox, on Scream 5. The 48-year-old actor told Entertainment Tonight that they will have fun on the set 24 years after they met, while co-starring on the original Scream. Well, we co-parent, said David, who was wed to Courtney from 1999 to 2013 and has one child with her, their 16-year-old daughter, Coco. So we're in touch quite a bit. It's great. In July, Courtney Cox confirmed her casting on the movie sequel, posting a picture of Ghostface on Instagram. I can't wait to see this face again, the actress wrote over a clip of a white mask. She added the hashtag for Scream movies. So there we go, Scream 5. Honestly, in the world of horror movies, pretty low movie count, to be honest.
That's true.
Oh, you mean
I've been watching a bunch of Halloween horror movies for Halloween, and I keep being like, oh, this one's so good, and someone's like, have you seen the 12th one? The 11th one's trash, but the 12th one's great. I'm like, I cannot do this.
Nightmare on Elm Street 38 wasn't as good as 33.
Right. It's like, well, okay, you have to see the return, the remake, where they Freddy's not in it, but it's still pretty. I'm like, this is too much. I liked the one. It was great.
Jason Goes to Space. Really happy, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think, Rama? What do you think about Scream 5, the Staying Alive version?
On the point of David Arquette and Courtney Cox, I think that's sweet and lovely that, that they could still get along. I mean, why not, right? I mean, if you could still make it work on the set and make it work for the screen, go for it. Go for it. A lot of divorces.
I'm calling it right now. They're getting back together.
That would be quite the prediction. No,
you're the less dramatic. I feel like it's how with Jen Aniston and Brad Pitt, everybody's like, what if? They're the B plot.
Now, to the movie itself, I had this discussion with my friends. They're like, oh no, another Scream, because we had this. I don't know about you guys, but I remember Scream 4 wasn't really that good. That was the last movie that Wes Craven directed before he passed. So yeah, it kind of left a bitter aftertaste in our mouths a little bit. But the way I see it is I look forward to it. if not for the reason of hey, these guys, David Arquette, Neve Campbell, and Courtney Cox, this is what they got. It's like I saw Neve Campbell in that movie, Disney Plus movie Clouds. I'm like, wow, Neve Campbell, where has she been? Because you don't know her other than the Scream movies. So this is how the franchise that keeps them going as actors, kind of like the Fast and Furious. No matter what you think about it, that's all that they got, and why not? If they can get employed for 20 times, so I'm all for it.
That would be interesting if the Scream franchise takes a Fast and Furious route where it started off with one tone and then they include The Rock and now it's like going into outer space and stuff.
Yes.
Scream somehow finds a whole new audience where it turns into the movie within the movie, like Stab. You notice?
Yep.
Have you watched those Stab movies inside Scream? It's totally ridiculous in comparison to the ridiculous stuff that we're watching on ourselves. I feel like something weird is gonna happen. Not just David Arquette and Courtney Cox getting back together. Put it in the bank. Definitely, this is a love story in the making, folks. It's happening. But
maybe their daughter Coco is parent trapping this. Like what?
Like Ghostface Killer got our parents together.
Honestly, hold on. This is that's what Scream 5 needs to be about.
What do you
is
think?
Ghostface is sad, it's a whole meta plot. I'd watch it. I would.
Sad face killer wants Officer Dewey and Gale to get back together.
That should be the plot. I would watch that.
Hollywood, are you listening? That's there's a whole other thing I'm going to get into it, but a little bit later. And I incorporated it on the We Got Your Mail version of this. So let's go into that right now, guys. So for this topic with Courtney Cox and David Arquette working together again on Scream 5, let me know what you guys think. Put it in the box, and we'll probably talk about that on We Got Your Mail. We always save a extra We Got Your Mail for the end of the show. And guys, how can you contribute to We Got Your Mail? Well, you just put it in the box, like I'm always saying. You can go to t3medias.com/contact. And you can send us a trending topic you want us to talk about on the show, or just a question, comment, concern, and we'll address it right here on the main show. Maybe we'll address it on the weekend for the We Got Your Mail show, or you can talk to us at t3medias.com on social media. And I didn't get the graphic up, but I'm going to start with you, Rama. You said that there was a topic that came up that you have on your end. If you want to share that with us.
I don't know how to bring it up on the screen, though. I apologize.
Oh, I can pull it up real fast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If you want, I can. Because I meant to try to get it up, and of course, at the last second there was all these hiccups. But basically, on one of your videos that you did about it was a review on Netflix
Blood of
series
Zeus.
Blood of Zeus, the Netflix series and animation. You got a comment. Well, I think the main comment, if I'm not reading this incorrectly, came in from a Flash Arrow 92 who says, I just took a look at the IMDb credits. This isn't anime. It wasn't made in Japan. There weren't even any Japanese people on the animation or the writing team. And then you responded to him and you said, yep, exactly. And Netflix touted it as their anime series anyway. And you gave them a link, but what was going on there with that?
So Netflix has this new anime series called Blood of Zeus, based on Greek mythology, and they animate. I mean, Netflix touts it as anime, like it's in the preview, it's in the everything poster, whatever you call it, marketing anime, Netflix original anime series. But people are like, this is not anime because it's not made by Japanese animators or Japanese animation company.
Right.
And I looked it up. Yes, it's made by Powerhouse Animation Studio, which has done animation for Castlevania, which is based on a Japanese video game. So it's this ongoing debate apparently that I don't know about, if something like Aang, Avatar, The Last Airbender, is like, if it's not, Japanese root, or like this one, Blood of Zeus, if it's not Japanese root, can we actually call it anime? And somebody says like, well, because it has that style, you can call it anime influence, and not necessarily anime. Some people are purists.
Right.
So I get that. Fans are like, our purists too. Sometimes, like me, I only like Christopher Reeve. I don't like Henry Cavill as a Superman. Some people are like that. No. Exactly. So I just want to know what your thoughts are on this. You guys, if you do you think anime should be more flexible or fluid in its definition or how people perceive it?
Amy, as a hardcore anime junkie, what would you say?
Sure. I was about to there's so many jokes. I was like, I don't want to get angry letters from anime fans. No, I'm not necessarily an anime person. I feel like I grew up watching sort of Americanized, dubbed versions of some anime stuff. And I think it comes down to what it does a lot of times with art of sort of how do you draw that distinction of is this a cultural thing? Is this a nationality issue? Is this, it gets into the whole cultural appropriation question of but I think when it comes down to something that is based in an artistic style, like something like Avatar, I would consider something heavily sort of drawing from anime style, right, but I wouldn't call it an anime.
Exactly. I agree with that.
I think that's where the line, I do think if it's not at least Japanese in origin in some way,
right?
And for my personal line, this had no but then you get into marketing where it's that doesn't sound as snappy on a poster. Right. If Netflix, that's my personal distinction, but I also understand why Netflix isn't going to go, our anime inspired show. But do they get to call it an anime? I don't know. That's definitely a gray area. It sounds like it would be anime inspired.
Inspired more that's what it sounds like to me. I like some anime movies, some of the old school ones. But I can see it both ways, but I'm leaning more towards probably the purists, I guess. You have to if their argument kind of makes sense. I mean, if it's anime influenced, and I guess maybe they could have put something like that in the marketing of it, anime influence, but to call it a straight up anime, this is definitely an anime. I can see both sides of the argument. So
I guess anime style would be what I would go with.
Would be a good thing. But once I think Rama, I think you said that no, it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't produced in Japan, and it had no one from an anime background who produced it at all. It's just, so it's an American company who was like, I guess we love anime growing up and we want to make an anime movie. Is that, I guess the question is, does that count?
Yeah, yes. Nothing wrong with it, but yeah, what do you call it?
I'm stumped. I love anime movies, but I wouldn't call myself like a pure anime fan. It's not my one of my top genres, I guess. But so I'm not. I don't want to. I go and put my hand on the scale on one side or the other. But I could honestly see the argument on both sides. I can see a person saying no, it's definitely not, and yes, it definitely is. So I guess I would leave that up to the fans to make that decision. That's an argument that I'm gonna stay out of. Bowing out, brought to you by Hawaiian Punch, but yeah, that's I'm gonna bow out on that one because I can definitely see the argument on both sides. Let us know what you guys think, and we'll talk about it further because that was something I did not know what was going on. So thanks for bringing that to the table. And Amy, you have the next We Got Your Mail topic up on that side, right?
Yeah, just bouncing off of that discussion of the upcoming Scream movie, Die Yuppie Scum 91 says, Sydney's story as a protagonist has gone far as it can possibly go, and then some. Time for her to die. Crazy idea. Make Sydney the killer in part 5, killing one of the other two, and have her die at the end. 4 movies worth of trauma can really screw someone up. I don't hate it. I think this was a poll discussing what should happen to sort of the main characters of Scream. I don't hate it.
I didn't. This was not going to be the We Got Your Mail for the show until this came in literally like an hour or so before the show started, and the second I saw it, I responded back to him real quick, and I said, watch the show tonight, damn it, because we're going to talk about that. I'm going to change the lower third real quick. I have been saying this same exact thing since Scream 3, definitely Scream 4. I thought it made sense. Let me just do this real quick. I thought it made a lot of sense that Sydney could have snapped and finally was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be a victim anymore. I'm gonna start this trouble myself, I guess. Or maybe Gail. I guess it would make more sense. I guess people would think Gail would be the one to do it, so she can have her name out there and be famous again. But I would think if they went this route, I would think that it would definitely be Sydney, because Gail seems like she really took on that whole hero role, and I think she enjoys that more. I think if anybody's gonna snap, I think Sydney would be the one that would be justified if she snapped. So if that happens, I'm all over it. Rama, what do you think? I saw you laugh when that notion came up. If Sydney became, or if any of them, Dewey, Sydney, or any of the original three, not only if they became a villain, but what if they die? What if one of them or all three of them die this time? What do you think about those ideas?
I'm laughing because I think it's a great idea. I'd be all for it. Like, I think some other horror movies also have that spin where, the lead character unexpectedly becomes the villain. I think if there's any other route for a possible plot other than that, I'm all in. Yeah, count me in.
Oh God, what if Sydney, Dewey, and Gail are the villains?
Maybe a bit much, but
they're like Ghostface Trio.
Just pure chaos by the end.
Just
all three of them in like a Mexican standoff.
I'm Ghostface. No, I'm Ghostface. Like it'd be a Zoom meeting like this.
It's just that meme of the Spider-Men, but like all of them in like the Ghostface killer mask, like pointing.
Look,
I would watch it.
Here's something that I'm gonna predict. Here's another prediction. One of the original three will be that that first kill, that shocking first kill. I think one of them was going to be the first kill, possibly Dewey.
Yeah.
I think if you want to shock the Scream fans, one of the original three should be the very first kill.
Speaking of which, did you see that viral video by Drew Barrymore imagining what it would have been like if her character survived that beginning scene?
If her character survived being gutted. Okay.
It was funny. It was really funny. I
think she ghosted Ghostface, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Like pick up the phone. Like, nope. Not go. Did you see that, Amy? That was kind of funny.
I saw it going around. I forgot to watch it, but that sounds
Drew Barrymore has her own YouTube channel, and she's asking all of her celebrity friends to do sketches with her and stuff. And they're like Sarah Michelle Gellar, I think, reprised her role from I Know What You Did Last Summer, something like that. I think she's getting people to reprise their roles in these what if scenarios. It's hilarious, guys. It's hilarious. Yeah. But that's I don't know if anybody else had anything else to add on the whole Scream 5. I
think we're all pro Sydney as the killer. I think this is officially a pro that fan theory channel.
Yeah, that's got to be the way that it goes out. And if that's what happens, I
either that or like an unexpected rom-com where Ghostface is trying to take either
to get David Arquette. I'm pretty sure Dewey and Gail are probably going to be divorced in this, just to mimic real life, and maybe they'll get together together at the end of it, and then they'll get together in real. Oh, okay, you're going to get me started again. That's my dream. I'm rooting for those two guys. Well, guys, that is the show. Thank you guys once again for watching another episode of Talking Through the Medias. Remember, guys, if you want to support the channel, you can do so by becoming a Patreon. You can become a member. Send those questions, those comments, those concerns, those suggestions that you want to tell Amy what to react to, or tell me to a little less yapping and a little more Amy and a little more Rama, because I get that like every day. Just put it in the box, and we like to talk about it on We Got Your Mail. And check out We Got Your Vote is coming up this weekend as well, guys. I want to thank our panel tonight, Rama from Rama's Screen. Rama's Screen. Tell everybody, if they don't know, which they already do, if they don't know how to find you, tell them how they can do that.
Well, you can find me at my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ramascreen1, or you can follow me on Twitter at ramascreen. And so I do reviews, I interview celebrities, and I do editorials as well. So yeah.
And the one and only Amy Newman. Tell us, people out there, how they can also find you online.
I'm on Instagram at amy.n.newman and on Twitter at amy_n_newman.
And you know me, guys. That's Chris Fagan. That's at Chris Fagan 1980 on Twitter and on Instagram. I might have something special for you guys later. I'm gonna do my best, Michael B. Jordan impression, and I might be taking the shirt off a little bit, So you're gonna get to enjoy a little bit of that. And if you didn't know, guys, this episode of Talking to the Medias was streamed in front of a live studio audience, but for $600 million, it can be anywhere you want it to be. So
we'll do anything.
Yeah, we'll do anything. Until next time, guys. Peace.
If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Please drop a like on this video. It really does help us. Also, don't forget you can turn on notifications so you don't miss a single review, react, why is that trending, or we got your mail.